Hi students, so this is a review of the symbol method for multiplication of multi-digit numbers. This is simply another strategy that you can use if it works for you. You don't have to use it if it does not help you, okay? It is simply a strategy, all right? So if you're going to use this strategy on a test or anything of that nature, my suggestion is to use highlighters. Okay, use highlighters. Because otherwise, you're not going to get a paper with the circles, the squares, the diamonds, things like that. But you can and will have access to highlighters. Okay, so you can always get different color highlighters and do the same thing, same idea on your own. All right, that's definitely doable. So use highlighters. Okay. All right, so as you see here, my instructions are first, you're going to multiply each number in the symbol with the number in the house. Okay, so each house, which here it's 604 times 789. As you notice, 789 each has its own different symbol. 9 is in the ones place value, so that is our circles here. 8 is in the tens place value. Now you'll notice that as I went down each line, there's a black 0. Okay, I did that purposely because that is not a value of us multiplying the number that's in the symbol, that's in the number that they give us. That is simply to say, hey, I'm no longer in the ones place value. We've now moved to the tens. Okay, so that is what we call, as hopefully you know, that is a placeholder. Okay, and you do that each time you increase the level of place value as you go up with your multiplication. So as you see here for the third line, where like the diamonds are, I have 2 placeholders. Why? Because we're no longer dealing with the ones. We're no longer dealing with the tens. We're now dealing with the hundreds column. Okay, so it would continue on if this number was in the thousands, okay, or further. We're not dealing with that right now, but just so you know, it would continue in that same pattern. Okay, you would continue adding placeholders based off of the place value you're starting your multiplication at. Okay, so let's go ahead and do out our multiplication. So 9 times 4 is 9 times 4. I'm having a brain freeze. Is 36. So I'm going to put the 6 here. Carry my 3. 9 times 0, anything times 0 is 0, always. So that means that my answer would be 3. Okay, so I'll put 3 here. Don't forget to add your carried numbers. Okay, don't forget those. 9 times 6 is 54. So I'm going to put 5 here and then the 4. So 54. All right, so my circles are done. Moving on to the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross this 3 out and I'm going to cross the 9 out. So then that way I just know that I'm done with it and I'm moving down to the next step. So now we have our squares. So we have my placeholders. So I know I'm not going to start my answer there. And I go 8 times 4 is 32. So I'm going to put the 2 here. Carry my 3. Okay. 8 times 0, like I said, anything times 0 is 0. So that means that I only have to put a 3, because 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay. And then 8 times 6 is 48. So I would put 4. And 8. All right, so now my tens place is done. So again, I'm going to go ahead and cross out that 3 so I don't think, oh man, is that supposed to go with this one or the next one? So cross it out. I'm done with it. Okay. But it still leaves my work so that my teacher or whoever is looking at the work that I've done can see what it is that I did. Okay. Especially if I made one little misstep, they can see it and say, oh, it was just this one little thing. It's not the whole problem. Okay. So 7 times 4 is 28. So 7 times 4 is 28. So I'm going to put the 8 here and carry the 2. Okay, 7 times 0, as I've said already, anything times 0 is 0. Plus 2 would give me 2. 7 times 6 is 42. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 4 and then 2. Okay, so now as you can see, this is all lined up really nicely. So now all I have to do is add. Okay, and that's my third step right here. So 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 5, carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Plus 2 is 16. 16. Gotta think about that one for a second. It's a little late right now. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 2, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. And then 4 plus nothing else is 4. So again, starting from the far right, I go over 3 and I would put a comma. All right, so my answer is 476,556. All right, and that is how you use the symbol method.